I am Aethoria, Queen of the Stormlands and Protector of the Realm. I never sought this crown, but destiny had other plans. The weight of the crown is heavier than any armor I've worn. And the battles I fight now are not just with sword and shield. My past haunts me like a restless spirit. The fall of my homeland, the betrayal of those I once called allies. It fuels a fire within me that threatens to consume everything.
Your Majesty, we've received word. The Kingdom of Solaria is under siege. They plead for our aid.
Salaria? But that would mean... No, we cannot abandon our allies in their hour of need.
My queen, our forces are stretched thin. Aiding Solaria could leave our own borders vulnerable.
And if we do nothing, we're no better than those who abandoned us in our darkest hour. Prepare the army. We ride at dawn. As we journeyed toward Salaria, my mind was a storm of conflict. Every league brought us closer to my sworn enemy, the one who had taken everything from me. The ashen wastes stretched before us, a grim reminder of the war that had scarred these lands.
Your Majesty, scouts report enemy movements to the east. They seem to be converging on Solaria's capital.
Then we have no time to lose. Push the men harder. We must reach the city before it falls. As night fell, the fires of Salaria burned bright against the sky. We had arrived, but at what cost? The city was in chaos. Screams and the clash of steel filled the air. This was the crucible where leaders are forged or broken.
Well, if it isn't the fabled warrior queen, come to fall on your sword at last.
I felt the rage boiling within me. This was my chance for vengeance, to right the wrongs of the past. Our blades met in a shower of sparks.
Your kingdom fell so easily before. What makes you think you can save this one?
Because this time, I fight not for myself, but for something greater.
Please, Your Majesty, they're attacking the temple. There are children inside.
In that moment, I saw clearly the choice between who I was and who I needed to be.
But Your Majesty, the enemy commander is escaping.
Let him run. Our duty is to the people of Solaria. As we fought our way to the temple, I realized that true strength isn't in seeking revenge, but in protecting those who cannot protect themselves. Stand firm. We are the shield that guards the realm. Today we fight not just for Salaria, but for all who value freedom. As the last of the enemy fell, a hush fell over the temple. The eyes of the survivors, full of hope and gratitude, told me I had made the right choice.
Queen Aethoria, you have saved not just our lives, but the very soul of Salaria. How can we ever repay you?
There is no debt between allies. Your people's safety is reward enough. As we tended to the wounded and secured the city, I couldn't help but think of the enemy commander who had escaped. Part of me still yearned for vengeance, but I knew now that my responsibility to my people and my allies must come first. The enemy was routed, but the war is far from over. My personal vendetta must wait. I am more than just Aethoria now. I am the warrior queen, and my people need me. As we prepared to return home, I looked out over Salaria. The city was battered, but not broken, much like myself. The path ahead is uncertain, but for the first time I feel ready to face it, not just as a warrior, but as a true queen. The battles to come will test us all, but together we will forge a future worth fighting for. For I am Aethoria, warrior queen of the Stormlands, and this is but one chapter in our epic tale.